Hello students, welcome to week 1 of our online class. Our lesson for today is fraction multiplication. By the end of the lesson, you should be able to multiply fractions. But first, let's recall fractions. This fraction can be read as 3/5 or 3/5. The number on top is called the numerator. What do you think is the number down? Yes, it is called denominator. Take note that fractions such as 3/5 can also be expressed using a slash. Write the numerator slash the denominator. So you can write this as 3/5, and you can also read this as 3/5. Here's another example, 1/4. Write the numerator 1 slash the denominator 4, 1/4. Now the rule in multiplying fractions is simple. You need to multiply the numerators, then multiply the denominators. Numerator times numerator over denominator times denominator. Let's take a look at this example. 1/2 times 2/5. Do you remember the rule? Let's multiply the numerators. 1 times 2 will give us 2. Then we'll multiply the denominators. 2 times 5 will give us 10. So the product of 1/2 and 2/5 is 2/10. But can we further simplify 2/10? Yes. To simplify 2/10, we'll be using the greatest common factor. So the first step is to write the factors of the numerator and the denominator. What numbers do you need to multiply to get 2? 1 and 2. So 1 and 2 are the factors of 2. Can you help me find the factors of 10? 1 and 10, 2 and 5. Now the next step is to circle the common factors. Those are 1 and 2. Now which do you think is the greatest common factor? Yes, the greatest common factor is 2. Now the last step is to divide both the numerator and the denominator by the greatest common factor, which is 2. 2 divided by 2 will give us 1, and 10 divided by 2 will give us 5. So the simplest form of 2/10 is 1/5. Now we can say that the product of 1/2 and 2/5 is 2/10 or 1/5. Now let's practice. 2/3 times 2/6. Do you remember the rule? Numerator times numerator over denominator times denominator. 2 times 2 will give us 4. 3 times 6 will give us 18. Can we further simplify 4/18? Yes. Again, we'll use the greatest common factor. Can you help me write the factors of 4 and 18? The factors of 4 are 1 and 4, 2 and 2. How about the factors of 18? 1 and 18, 2 and 9, and 3 and 6. Correct. Now let's circle the common factors. 1 and 2. Correct. Can you tell me the greatest common factor? Yes. The greatest common factor is 2. Do you remember the next step? The next step is to divide the numerator and the denominator by the greatest common factor, which is 2. 4 divided by 2 will give us 2, and 18 divided by 2 will give us 9. So 2/9 is the simplest form of 4/18. We can say that the product of 2/3 and 2/6 is 4/18 or 2/9.